Hey there, I'm Ben.
Channel review. So given that I'm hard on other people's work a lot, I thought it might be wise to be hard on my own work for a minute. Welcome to the review. Yes, I'm reviewing my own channel, because let's be honest, no one else is going to do that. Let's talk about fit, finish, and physicality. Something I'd really like to improve is the amount of filming that I'm doing to demonstrate the things I'm talking about instead of leaning on stock footage or promotional material from these companies. Currently, the lack of quality footage is mostly due to the fact that I'm trying to produce factually accurate, decent quality videos, stay alive, review products, as well as working full-time to pay the bills, have hobbies, spend time with friends, and travel occasionally. Did I mention I have a full-time job? Honestly, looking at channels like Scotty1, Hoog, and others, I'm reminded of how much can be accomplished visually. It's exciting to see that they've found their own visual style and are experimenting to make these crunchy and delicious for the eyes. I'm really excited to grow and hone my own aesthetic. There are so many interesting and cool things to try, and I'm very excited to glance at them and then go back to doing what I've been doing. Oh yeah, thumbnails. I have produced some really terrible thumbnails, although I am really happy with the improvements that I've been doing lately, and I know that I still have a ways to go. Audio engineering. How do my videos feel on the ears? Well, to be truthful, this is another area where I feel there is much room for improvement, partly due to the fact, of course, that my workflow is now 100% Adobe free. Yay! Learning DaVinci Resolve on the fly has not been easy, but I did save a lot of money, and I don't have to deal with Adobe's predatory pricing and AI bullshit anymore. After a couple of videos where the audio quality was questionable, I think I'm finally finding my way. Next, let's talk about gayness level. There definitely isn't enough gayness in this channel. Don't worry, we're going to fix that. In fact, if I channeled even 10% more of my queerness, this channel would be 50% gayer, which would be a 400% increase in gayness year over year. There will be dick jokes, there will be slutty men, which I know is why you're all here anyway, so thanks for coming. Real talk, I will only engage with bigotry on my own terms, but the Garmin review showed me how much fun it can be being girly pop in the face of the neckbeards and the mouth breathers of the world. Okay, build quality. Facts, errors, and omissions. Previously, I released a number of videos with errors or omissions, most notably the XM4 review, where I straight up said I didn't have volume control. Honestly, given that this was a harmless and obviously untrue thing, I'm inclined to chuckle about it. That said, if it had reached millions, I can see the harm it might have done to the product or the company. So, one thing I'd like to improve about my current channel is fact-checking. Specifically, I intend to do this by creating 3 fact-checking stages. Stage 1. This is where the facts are observed and recorded. The birthplace of the facts, if you will. For example, this device doesn't appear to have volume control. Next, I'll finish the script and proofread it as I do already. Additionally, I'll pick out any facts which require cited sources. Meanwhile, double-checking and verifying any easy-to-prove statements that I've made. Stage 3 is just adding citations and claims which require them or which are externally verifiable. Walking hand in hand with making more video. Generally, these days, I try to make sure that there is video of whatever the thing it is that I think is wrong or needs to be proven. Now, all of you, actually, most of you have been so patient and kind with my errors, and although I know there will always be a percentage of error, I'm going to do my best to keep it in the fractional percentage range. Another thing I'm looking forward to is incorporating expert opinions. As a journalist, I do love interviewing people and hearing from experts on issues that I'm unfamiliar with or underskilled in. Next, let's talk about humor, personality, and silliness levels. So as much as I know my videos aren't really funny, I really enjoy being goofy and silly, and doing so helps me to enjoy this process so much more. I'd like to add at least 10% more goofiness and ramp up rim shots and throwaways by 36% by the end of Q4. I see YouTubers like Aging Wheels, and I really want to be like him. He can be scathing, deadpan, or funny. Similes like, it has the structural integrity of a 5th grade woodshop project, or it has all the seating comfort of an upside down bucket wrapped in a blanket. Or I could go on forever about the defects of this car, so I will. As you can see, I take silliness very seriously, and I won't be deterred. On a more serious silly note, I see many creators using their visuals to underscore or emphasize the things that they're saying, often in really engaging and funny ways. This year, I'd love to see myself doing more of that. As I touched on earlier, I've noticed that my being a yassified tech YouTuber has gotten some pushback, so I'm excited to really dial up the gay in the future. I like the Portal references that I've been making, and I'm looking forward to making more references to Portal in the future. And of course, it wouldn't be one of my videos without an environmental and ethics shit portion. So a big part of whether or not my operations are sustainable depend a lot on how Google handles themselves in their data centers. Google aims to be carbon neutral by 2030. I'm also encouraged by the fact that instead of just doing this by purchasing carbon credits, they're working to directly reduce and decarbonize their impact by actually changing the way they do business. Basically, this is just hooking a hydroelectric dam directly to a data center instead of buying a carbon offset certificate. That said, Google's emissions have jumped by nearly 50% due to its use of AI. It's a lot more complex than this, but the TLDW is I hate the way that artists are being stolen from it. I think that AI is a fundamentally useful thing in helping people with low vision and hearing. Currently, I rely on AI to caption my videos. Outside of Google, my being a team of one, my impact is statistically insignificant. That said, collective action in individuals is hella important. So let's talk about the environmental impact of the work that I do and my best practices. Currently, my office is my home, and it is not powered by wind, geothermal, or solar. As my audience and revenue increases, I'll either move to a province which has a greener grid or be purchasing my power directly from a wind farm in my province. That's the goal. With regard to recycling, nothing organic goes in my trash. If it can break down or mold, it's on its way into the compost. While we're being honest, my food waste is higher than I would like it to be. I ensure that batteries and magnets from devices that I use or review are harvested and sustainably reused or recycled, assuming that they need to be thrown out. I'm also learning to break down and reuse specific parts from different devices. I might actually make a video about this in the near future because I have a device that I've done this with, which I'm quite pleased with. I also work to sift through my trash and ensure that plastics, cardboard, etc. are going in the correct bins. Obviously, I get my laundry, soap, deodorant, toothpaste tabs, shampoo, and conditioner from a local refillery. And not that you asked, but I do use the toothpaste with the fluoride in it. I'm pretty sure that's what made me gay in the first place, and I don't intend to stop now. About 70 to 80% of my trash is properly separated and recycled. Worth noting, however, where possible, I use shippers and couriers which are either carbon neutral or transitioning to a greener supply chain. My hope is that some of my somewhat unsustainable actions will result in reviews which prevent people from buying junk. One of my goals is to warn people about cheaply made junk so it is purchased less or never gets made in the first place. Accessibility. As much as I do believe in accessibility, I haven't made the time to make videos and caption them. Obviously, there are auto-generated captions, which I'm very grateful for, but as soon as I can afford the time and or the money, I'll have someone at least editing the auto-generated captions. If there are more things I can do to make my channel accessible, please let me know in the comments. I really want this to be excellent, and there's a very real sense in which I need your help to do that. Going forward, and or summary. As we near 2,000 subscribers, I find myself tempted to create a Patreon. I know 2K isn't a lot, but it's enough to make me smug and insufferable. And as I try to increase the quality of my videos, I find myself pressed between this desire and my need to put cat food on the table. If you would like to help me make more and better videos, more specifically, hiring a video editor, let me know in the comments. Rest assured that as soon as I can hire fact checkers and editors, I will, but also know that I'll never hire anyone if I can't pay them a reasonable wage. To me, this means a minimum of 70K or whatever the inflation adjusted equivalent of that is. For the record, I believe this is what every employer should pay, regardless of the occupation. My only exception here would be if I'm working with a freelancer who sets their own prices. But this isn't a wage inequality channel, so I'll leave that there. We are focused on slow, sustainable growth. Having an income stream from my channel will make improving the quality as well as spending time on it more practically justifiable. I have already had so many amazing experiences because of this channel, and I cannot wait to see where this adventure takes me next. Until then, however, I remain very thankful for your incredible patience, support, kindness, time, and care. Anyway, I'm BRB, this is BRBTG, and as always, I'll be right back.